Hello my little cheesy quavers. Welcome back to the office of Disco Doc, where we react to the music that all the cool cats are listening to. And guess who's back with a brand new rap? Today it's the turn of Viktus, with his new song Limits, and it's another exciting collaboration with Mr. Joe Flack, aka Flackers, aka Flackers Photos. Without further ado, let's get into it. Step up to the couch Viktus. Okay, so this opening text looks almost like what's it called? A ransom note, font. This sort of thing. Is Vic about to go all Ted Bundy on us? Because that would be, killer. By the way, the track title Limits reminds me of that old club banger, No Limits, by 2 Unlimited. A couple of amateur Belgian producers, De Coster and Wild, met in their hometown and created an instrumental track, but wanted to try out some rap vocals on it. De Coster recalled, that 12-inch single became a club hit, and we invited rapper Ray Sleingard to have a go at it. He returned the tape to us, and to our surprise, he had also added the female vocals of a certain Anita Diff, a traffic warden, or meter maid, from Amsterdam. He told us she was a good friend of his out of the city's nightlife. They were so pleased with the result that they agreed to work with them as a duo, and so 2 Unlimited was born. During their brief period of hit-making, the group sold more than 18 million records worldwide. Anywibbles, back to our man Vic and his song Limits. Hang on a minute, I recognize that sample. It's banging. And I've heard it somewhere before. Where was it? Oh yes, that's right. It was in a song called Guillotine, by Jaron Parr, released last year. Let's see what magic Vic works with it.
I'ma reach a new limit. I keep it 100 cause you know I'm fully in it. I turn back the time in my mind, I'm reminiscing to the cold nights outside. No kidding, shooting through the sky, I'm a boss through the ceiling. I'm chasing that high cause it's feeling real appealing. See I'm Messiah, y'all know I'm not deceiving.
Oh yes, this is hard. I can already tell I am going to like this song. I love the complexity of Vic's voice, somehow raw and rough yet silky smooth and skippy at the same time. How does he do that? Vic holding those flares is reminiscent of the Hunger video by Ren. And so far it seems this song has a similar meaning, to strive to attain your goals and become the best version of yourself that you can.
Cause I acquire the eye of the phoenix. Merlin, Arthur, come right into one. See I'ma tell my story, then I might just leave you stunned. See it goes like this, sit down, it's just begun. I'ma start from the beginning, I'ma only tell it once.
The line "The Eye of a Phoenix" reminds me of other songs where Vic talks about turning people to ashes, and rising from the ashes. Then he talks about being an author, and telling his story. In fact, he refers to himself elsewhere as Vic the Author. Why is this important? Vic has struggled in the past with traumatic life events, from losing loved ones at a young age to substance addiction and being homeless for several years. From a psychotherapy point of view, internal family systems, or parts theory, would say that Vic the Author is an archetypal part of Vic that he has developed in order to cope with that trauma, a protector. Victor has been through some terrible, terrible things. But Vic the Author gets to start anew and rewrite that script in whatever glorious way he sees fit.
Racing names by a man who hates me. Blamed and shamed my whole family crazy. No escape, the only thing that saved me was the pills I took, but it slowly changed me.
The only thing that saved me was the pills I took, but they slowly changed me. That is a hard line. Nice fire poi by the way. Fire is often seen as a symbol of rebirth, of burning down the old and creating space for the new. And it doesn't have to be a destructive process. It can be a beautiful dance. Is that what Vic and Flackers were going for here? In my last Victor reaction to his song NWO, I said, in just the first few lines he talks about his mental health, having a manic disorder, and battling all the trauma. Dealing with significant trauma can often feel like burning everything to the ground, completely destroying the past and creating a fertile void in which future growth can happen. This can feel very exciting and empowering. And it feels like this song is a continuation of that story, of Vic's story.
I used to have a friend in me, now I'm my almost enemy. Off my head like Kennedy, bring out that big boy weaponry.
Oh wow. What did he just say? I used to have a friend in me. Now when I'm like almost telling me off my head like Kennedy. That's a clever way to compare the negative voice in his own head with the act of being shot in the head like former U.S. President John F. Kennedy. Kennedy was a contentious figure, disliked by many at first for sending tens of thousands of American soldiers to Vietnam to help the South Vietnam government in their war. There were demonstrations and riots from anti-war groups, and Kennedy was assassinated while still trying to determine if American soldiers should be recalled or not. But I should also note that Kennedy proposed the Civil Rights Act, which took effect in 1964 after his death. This was the evolution of the most comprehensive rights at the time and contained, among other things, the outlawing of discriminatory practices against women and African Americans, which outlawed segregation in businesses such as theaters, restaurants, and hotels. The act also banned discriminatory practices in employment and ended segregation in public places such as swimming pools, libraries, and public schools. Kennedy also suggested the creation of the Peace Corps, and his wife Jackie created many positive changes within the social and political landscapes of America.
I'm trying to build a legacy, got her back mentally, I lost my self-identity. I'm just meant to be some other kind of entity, I'm breathing out so breathlessly. Me and death agree, when I die remember me, I will remain a memory, the greatest of the century. I'ma lift off, I'ma reach a new limit. I keep it 100 cause you know I'm fully in it. I turn back the time in my mind and reminiscing to the cold nights outside. No kidding, I'm meant to be the greatest, the bravest.
Lines like, I'm reminiscing to the cold nights outside, I used to have a friend in me, and I lost myself, indicate a reflection on past experiences, the hardships and challenges faced when Vic was living on the streets and sofa surfing. But repeating I'm meant to be the greatest is an indication of Vic's determination to break the cycle, a refusal to allow history to repeat itself, and a pledge to find a new way of being.
Not debating, educating, I'm shaking the world up, man, I'ma take it, eliminating the status of hierarchy, let's face it, time to fuck it up, wake up, exit the matrix.
Phrases like, exit the matrix, suggest a desire to break free from constraints and societal norms and expectations. To me, this shows that Vic is finding his own voice and finding his own path in life, his own way of solving problems and tackling his adversities. Exiting the matrix is an analogy for challenging the status quo, saying screw you to the past, and, again, writing that new script that is the placeholder for the rest of his life. Music is so fucking powerful, man. And what an absolute tune this is. I love the artist that Vic is growing into. He makes exactly the sort of rap that I like to listen to. Meaningful, thought-provoking, hits hard, yet also just catchy as hell. He's smashing it.
Fuck boy, you're brainless, I'm gonna bring this pain every day, the main like I'm a sadist. I'm so shameless, don't know what your name is. My name is Rain, man, I can make you famous. Fuck, hand in hand with the devil, I'm walking down my path, I'm a nomad, I will settle. Put the metal to my temple, pull the trigger, feeling metal. Young VIK, now I'm feeling like a rebel. Fuck, but the gun just jammed. I wonder why, is it all part of the plan? I'm looking to the sky and I'm reaching out my hand, but then I close my eyes, wanna die where I stand.
It sounds like Vic is describing his lowest point, how close he was to doing something he may later regret, and how but for the grace of the universe it was almost all over for him. Despite this, he managed to pull through it and move on to build a new life. Vic's lyrics are depicting a journey of self-discovery, transformation, and speak of someone well along their way in the pursuit of a better future. His themes describe the struggles, aspirations, and complexities of personal growth, and all through the lens of Vic, we really get a sense of what it is like to be him on this journey. The song also serves as an affirmation, with the repetition of phrases like, I'm gonna lift off, I may reach a new limit, and I keep it 100, emphasizing a mantra-like quality, as if Vik is reinforcing these ideas to himself through his lyrics. In this way, Vik's music has become his savior.
I'ma lift off, I'ma reach a new limit. I keep it 100 cause you know I'm fully in it. I turn back the time in my mind, I'm reminiscing to the cold nights outside. No kidding, I'ma lift off, I'ma reach a new limit. I keep it 100 cause you know I'm fully in it. I turn back the time in my mind, I'm reminiscing to the cold nights outside. No kidding.
In my reaction to NWO I said, "This strikes me as Vik's fight music anthem, where he comes out swinging at the world. It sounds like he is partly blaming himself for his troubles, given his line, 'I'm being attacked by karma, and so what goes around comes around.' But the tone of the track suggests that he is about to fight back once more with a nice big fuck you. And guess what? I think this is an evolution of Vik's fuck you. But it's more than that. It's more considered, more mature, less angry, and overall just more positive. Focusing on what he is going to achieve rather than what he is trying to discard. Considering if there are any limits to what he can now do, rather than being concerned with the limitations imposed upon him in the past. And the answer? No, Vik. There are no limits to what you can achieve. Your message is of hope, and redemption, rebirth and rebellion. Your songs speak to the disaffected and the very much affected. A rallying call for the power of personal development. A healthy ego kept in check with a humble mindset and driven by a will to succeed, at all costs, against all odds. You, sir, are an inspiration. Keep rocking. Never stop hipping and hopping.